Hey, we're here, everybody. Hey, welcome. It's Afternoon Astonishment. I'm Adam Grace, and I'm here with Mike Stevens and Steve Barcelona, Alexander Slimmer, and Aaron Fisher is on location today. He's not going to be with us, but welcome to Afternoon Astonishment from Conjuror Community, the world's best magic club. So today, we're going to continue to look at Mike Gallo, and we're going to talk a little bit about the history of Lou Gallo and Mike Gallo, and we're going to look at some really great magic. Isn't that right, Alex?
It's true. We have some good stuff to look at. And the first thing we're going to look at is very interesting because this is really the creation of Lou Gallo, which is Mike's father. And there's, as we've mentioned about Mike, there's just so much history from his father and really from Eddie Fector. And what is happening in this family legacy is just major magic is happening all around Mike as a kid. And he's learning magic and sort of finding his own voice and his own way of being. And this trick here, I think, is probably one of those things that was just like a thunderbolt for him. One of those things that he could always rely on. It's his dad's creation, but it is just a beautiful piece of magic. And we'll talk about it after we look at it, because there's something that's pretty special about this that you might not notice when you're just watching it at a casual glance. But we'll talk about that afterwards. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Thieves and sheep.
At any rate, though, make sure we can get everything in here. But we're going to use 5 copper coins and 2 silver quarters. Now, many of you might recall my grandpa was a chicken farmer. He was a chicken farmer, and we're going to use these 5 copper coins. They're going to represent Rhode Island Reds, the chickens he liked to raise. We have the 2 quarters here, which will represent the sly silver fox. Every night around dawn or dusk, Grandpa would take and he put the chickens in the hen house. One night he goes to bed. 2 sly foxes, they sneak inside the chicken coops. Grandpa hears a lot of noise. He comes running out. What he found, though, was that he had 1, 2, 3, the 5 chickens are out in the coop. The fox are hiding inside the shed or the chicken coop. Grandpa went back to bed. The chickens went back in the coops. Grandpa heard some more noise. He come out running. Well, this is what he found. All chickens over here. And sly silver fox over here.
Oh. All right. All right. You know, he does that to me every time. Like every time I watch Gallo do coin magic, he fools me.
He's got that ability, man. He's one of the greats for a reason. You know, he's got construction, he's got subtlety, he's got excellent sleight of hand. All these things, all these tools he's using like a sharp blade and not leaving you with any chance. And this is one of them. This is really, like I said, this is the creation of his father. And the funny thing about this trick, and really the sort of the most interesting thing to me, is that it's a self-working coin trick. It works itself. If you understand the secret, you don't do anything. The thing just does itself. And that to me is, beautiful magic construction. And it's to be applauded. And it's a goal. It's something to aim for. If you're creating magic, is, look at things like this. See if you can get it down to the bone and get it so simple, so easy to understand, but the effect is such a high impact effect that, you just have, to me, what looks like a perfect piece of magic. I really love it. I think it's wonderful. What do you think, Steve?
It's just one of these things that's this is the typical thieves and sheep kind of plot, really. I think it's a little off from exactly. Is that in Imbobo, Alex? If I'm not mistaken.
It might be, and I would, yeah.
But there's a little different than that. But nonetheless, it's that plot. It's the handling. It's the thing that's just going to last forever. It's that routine that if you just put the time into it, you could do this thing forever and ever and ever. It's just, and you see why, because it's so stunning. It just appears like nothing's happening. And that's the thing that makes it just, absolutely indispensable in your repertoire, something like that,
What did you think about this, Mike? Is this one of those tricks that you were thinking about working on at all?
Yeah, it is actually. The thing about all of Gallo's stuff, and I think you hit on it, it's like his structure makes it all seem bulletproof. Right? Like it's just the way that it's laid out. There's nothing. It's just a great trick from beginning to the end. Hard hitters.
You know, at Conjuror Community, we had Mike Gallo here for a hands-on workshop, and Scott, unlike anything you've ever seen before in your life, honestly, it was crazy. We had we learned the Gallo pitch. We studied really just in depth with Gallo. So it's something we're doing now at Conjuror Community, is hands-on workshops, and I think you guys should check them out if you haven't seen them yet. Pretty amazing stuff to be able to sit with a master like that and just ask questions, and just, it's almost like being in his living room, you know.
It's kind of as close as you can get, right?
Yeah, they really dish. Like, we've had a few of them now, and they really dish unlike any other lecture that I've ever been at.
They pull back the curtain in a way that you don't.
Yeah, not just like a quick, this is how it works. It's like a lot of detail. It's what you would always hoped it would be. Anyway, we got something next.
I was just going to say, just so everybody knows who's watching this, like, when you go see a magic lecture, most of the time the magician's not really showing you his like most closely held guarded secrets, you know, like he's doing
like
his lecture
hitting the
material.
high notes. When you say like hitting the high notes, right?
Yeah,
There's a lot of detail that you don't really get, you know.
So it takes something like it takes something like a hands-on workshop environment to really frame an artist in the correct way to even let loose of that material. I mean, they're not used to doing it under those circumstances. Does that sound right to you, Alex?
It's really true. I mean, the thing that happens is that you're getting into conversation, and the persona of the magician sort of evaporates, and it becomes humans in a room talking about a thing. And because of that, you can ask anything, you can get to the heart of the matter and really figure out what details, you know, you're missing, and get, you know, just get what you need so you can basically forge a path, so you can figure out what you need to do to make these routines become part of your repertoire, if that's what you're after. Mm-hmm. And it's really been super enlightening, because like we were saying, you know, sometimes you hear stories about failures on tricks so that you know how to steer clear of those failures. You know, sometimes a major part of the method has come out of a major failure. And when you see that and understand that, you know how to steer clear in a way that you didn't before. So there's just a lot of insights that come out of it that are, it makes you feel really good about being a magician, that's for sure, you know, because you can see that people are having the same struggles that you are, learning material and putting material up on its feet. You hear the stories, you see what's happening, and you can see that you're doing the same exact thing, and it's a great equalizer. I think that these hands-on workshops have been wonderful, and I'm a huge advocate. I highly encourage you to go if you're even kind of interested. They're really great.
Sweet. You guys want to see some more magic now?
Yeah, we should do this. This is another classic kind of thing. Like there aren't many people that I see pulling off the purse frame notion and making it be an entertaining thing. And Mike's one of those guys. I think it's cool when he pulls it out and it doesn't seem out of place. And this routine is really sweet. Oh
no, what's that?
It's the latest invention in the market.
Huh?
It's the latest invention in the market. It's called Apache counterfeiter.
Oh,
it's Apache counterfeiter. I could be home. I could be abroad. You have to be kinky. All I have to do is just reach inside like this, and I can produce money. That's 3 coins. That's 3 silver coins. But you know, say I'm in a different country, okay? Say I'm in a country, say I'm in England. I can just reach in. I can produce 3 silver coins. I'll tell you what. We have 6 coins. We have 3 copper over here. We have 3 copper over here. We have 3 silver over here. Watch closely, because every move is a move. Now I know it's a little tough. It's a little confusing, because one eye has to watch 3 coppers, one eye has to watch 3 silvers, one eye has to watch the purse frame. You only got 2 eyes, so we're just going to get rid of the silver coins, okay? We're gonna get rid of the silver coins, and this time we're gonna just work with the copper coins. Watch close. Copper number 1. If I wave my hands like this, see, that changes from copper to silver. Once again, watch. Just wave like this, goes from copper to silver. One last time, one last coin. You just give a little wave like this. Goes from copper to silver. Would you like to know how that's done?
Yes, please.
Yeah, no, think about it. If I show you how this is done, next time you go to a party, you can do this while everybody else is having a good time. Watch. You see, it's all done by the assistant. It's somebody's assistance of someone backstage. And I got so much crap in my pocket right now. It's right here. It's right here. Okay. See, it's a Chinese coin. Now what happens is he goes in the hand and he changes the coins once again, not from silver to copper, copper back to silver, but he changed all the Chinese coin. It looks like that.
Jeez.
Don't tell anybody how that's done. Okay.
Oh gosh. Okay. All right.
You got a little taste of the Gallo pitch there. If you're paying attention, if you're a coin aficionado, and if you're familiar with the technique, you saw a little bit of it there, but it just goes right by you. You don't even see it because that's the way Mike uses that tool. It's just in very subtle moments to accent something that you already believe, you know, and it's again, just a testament to construction, you know, the way he constructs these routines. They're bulletproof. I mean, you believe that these coins are changing over and over again because not only the excellent technique of the sleight of hand, but the structure of it. Everything's backed up. So when you look forward or you look backwards, everything looks as it should. So you believe the illusion that's just been given to you. Really wonderful stuff.
You know, it's just so beautiful. It's like the kind of coin magic I grew up liking, you know, in the I guess in 70s, 80s, you know what I mean? Like around that time period, you know, and he does it so beautifully. And this particular routine, I think, is really, if you had to hold up one thing, I think like this really shows the Mike Gallo, you know, it's got the Gallo pitch. It's got a couple other nice moves in there, how he constructs it, how he uses it, his thought process, everything about it, you know. And I really, if there was one that I would work on, this would be the one. I mean, this is, you know, it's got all the pieces if you want to have a grounding in Gallo, you know.
It's a real showpiece, right?
Yeah.
Hey, did we talk about the Gallo pitch in the last show at all?
No, I think this is really the first thing that we've seen performance-wise where he actually is demonstrating the Gallo pitch in any way. So, and we'll get another taste of it here with another thing that we're going to look at. It's a wonderful device. If you don't understand it, it really fools you bad. You can't understand how it could be possible. And we were looking at it in these hands-on workshops that we were doing, and it took that kind of examination of getting to the bottom of what that technique and understanding how it could work in your hands and so forth. It's a thing of beauty. There's a reason that it's a legendary technique, and a lot of people sort of talk about it in hushed tones because it does something that nothing else can do. It really
does. It really does. And it has a certain level of casualness about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That other stuff doesn't really have. And that's really, I think, what makes it so devastating.
People are watching this right now. They're like, what is the Gallo pitch?
Well, they will go, they're going to go look it up, obviously. I'm sure
you should look it up. It's worth your attention.
Yeah.
If you're into coin magic, you should know about the Gallo pitch, and you might just spend a little time with it. It's pretty wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, we're particularly enamored with it because we stood there for like a couple hours on a Sunday afternoon, and he just was like running it through and teaching everybody in the class over and over again, and you could just see everybody like, oh, now I get what I can do with this, you know.
Mike, did you know about it before his lectures and stuff?
No, I didn't. And I was blown away in the workshops to learn from Mike how versatile it is. Like all the different things you can do with it. It's a true utility move. It's awesome.
It kind of replaces it kind of replaces a whole bunch of other moves too. To some extent, you can if you just had that one move, it's true. I mean, I think Lou did a lot of, we can talk about that a little bit. I mean, Lou Gallo obviously invented the Gallo pitch, and he have a ton of magic based around it, where when you saw him lecture or stuff, most of it would be the Gallo pitch. I don't remember. I never saw him lecture personally, but I remember hearing a lot about him when I was a kid.
Yeah, I have only seen video myself, but
right.
Lou was a master of it himself, and he, oddly enough, had his own way of doing the thing. Mike is left-handed, and he had to adapt a lot of coin moves to make it work for his gestures and the way he presented magic. And this is one of them. He sort of changed a couple of the ways that you handle it in terms of what concealments you use. You know what I mean? Like what kind of a palm are you using when you're using the actual action? And it changes things, and it allows you to get away with more than what came before. And so in a sense, I mean, Mike really innovated the Gallo pitch, and it really is sort of, in my mind and in my heart, it's like a family move. You know, it's like dad invented it and the son really tweaked it and gave a lot of improvements to it that I think a lot of people use Mike's way of doing it, because you can get away with it a little bit more with some of the sort of refinements that Mike put on it. So there's a lot there. There's a lot to think about. And if you're serious about coin magic, you know, it's definitely, like I said before, you want to look into it. It's something that'll probably help you in a lot of ways that you can't even see, because it's an invisible technique and you're not even sure what it really does. And that in and of itself is kind of cool.
You know, I always used to say, Adam, I wish my father would have left me a pizza parlor. You know, you guys still call it pizza parlors, right? But now I think about it, it's like, I wish my dad would have left me a coin move. Right? I wish my dad would have been like the Barcelona something. Anyway.
Yeah, totally.
It's so beautiful though. But see, that's what makes it beautiful though. You know, it's not just a move, it's something that's been handed down. Lou created it. Mike's been refining it through his lifetime and using it, you know, and Mike is not running around in weak circles of magicians, my friends, right?
That's something that needs to be pointed out.
Yeah,
this
I mean, he is
forged in the fire.
Yeah.
This thing was forged in Eddie Fechter's place, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Lou and Eddie were best friends. Mike referred to Eddie as Uncle Eddie, right?
Yeah.
Like this is like a thing that was forged in the fires of the Forks Hotel, where basically you're working for real people and making this thing work for real people and just giving them real magic. And to have that be the workshop where something is created, it's its own special thing. You know, it's like the East Coast versus West Coast of the Magic Castle. And Eddie says I was first.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely has an effect on all this, I think. The fact that where it was created is what I'm saying, you know.
Well, we're about to see a little bit more of it, I believe, in this next trick.
We're going to get a good taste of what the pitch does here. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when you see things happen and you go, how is that possible? That's the Gallo pitch, right?
All right, here we go.
Well, we got 1 copper, 3 silver, 3 silvers. Can you tell me where the copper coin is?
I'm not sure.
The watch hand.
Right. I got to start over. Sorry. I totally lost. I lost focus there. Hold on.
He was messing with
Well, we
you.
got 1.
Is it what's in the screen there? And there's something like blurring that down at the bottom. I don't know what that is.
Well, we got 1.
All right, here we go.
Well, we got 1 copper, 3 silver, 3 silvers. Can you tell me where the copper coin is?
I'm not sure.
The watch hand.
Right hand.
Watch hand.
Now, are you sure? Are you speculating?
I'm speculating.
Okay. Well, let's be fair about this. Okay. You got 3 over here. You got 1, 2, 3 coins and a copper. Watch. I go like this. Yeah, I'll come over. But I know what you're thinking right now. One eye has to watch 3 coins on my left. One eye has to watch 3 coins on my right. One eye has to watch the copper coin. You only have 2 eyes.
You only have 2
So
eyes.
what we're going to do is we're going to just take and get rid of the copper coin, okay? We'll just get rid of the copper coin. This time you only have $6.50. Take a guess. How many each hand?
3.
Good guess. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. 3 on the right, 3 on the left. Watch close. Wiggle the thumbs. That's 1. That's 2 in the right hand. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4 in the left hand.
Gosh.
In case you missed it the first time, we'll do it once again. Wiggle thumbs. And that's 1 coin in the right hand. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5 in the left. The last coin is simple because it stops right about here. And that's a minor miracle using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6.50.
Yeah. You hear
That whole thing
you hear all that giggling.
and that's as pitch heavy as it gets.
Yeah, it is. You hear all that laughing and giggling we were doing. I mean, it's just, I think we were just so blown away, like not knowing exactly what was going on either. Now we know because we did the hands-on workshops with him and stuff, but it was, man, that's incredibly good
But
stuff.
still, I giggled now because now I know how it works, and I'm watching and seeing the whole thing and going, I just can't believe how beautiful it is. It's just
Still looks like real magic.
It looks like real magic. You're totally right, Mike. Totally right.
Shall we do the last one? Yeah.
Yeah, let's check out this one. This one is one of those tricks that there's some pitch stuff in there, but it's used in such a subtle way that the effect is what it's about here. And it is with all of Mike's stuff. The effect is king, but I think that this is another one of those ones that's like a showpiece. If you were going to choose one trick to do, one coin trick to do, this might be the candidate because, Mike makes showpieces like that. They all look like they're closer type routines, but they're coin effects. And this is no exception. Really good. Let's check it out.
And we have some coins inside the purse, okay? As a matter of fact, here's what we're going to do. We have 3 coins. We're going to place one in the right hand. We're going to place 2 on the table. If I pull my thumb, first coin vanishes. You like it so far?
Yeah.
Love it.
I'll do it again. Okay? Now you remember, that's 1 coin in the right hand. That's 1 coin in the left hand. I pull the thumb. It's done. Watch the last coin, because all I do is I take the last coin like this, I just give it a toss. That's done. Inside the purse. It's all 3 coins.
Yep. There it is.
You go. It's as simple as it gets, as direct as it gets. But it's like one of those moments that for me, it would be like, let me do a coin trick. You do that and you go, forget it. We don't need to do the coins.
Is that the one like
cheap.
for you guys watching this right now in chat? Is this the one that you would learn out of all those that we just watched? Do you think this is like is that the one or let us know. Let us know in chat if you like that one the best. I particularly love that one. I don't know why. I think it's just because it's just so magical, I guess is the word for it.
What I really like about it, like a lot of his stuff is, it's all pretty self-contained. Like everything works back to the purse. Everything works back to the pocket. Everything works, you know what I mean? It's that real, like thought out pocket management, worker style coin magic, So this little deal right here, you could have that living in that purse, stick that in your pocket, you're ready to go. It works right back to the purse. You're back in business. It resets easy. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I think was just created a lot more back in the day. Do you think that's true, Alex?
It is, because pocket management is king. If you're working a repertoire and you have to work just out of your pockets, you sort of have to have a home for everything, and everything has to go back to its home and be reset. Or you have to then account for that. When do I go and dodge out and reset this thing and shove it back in my pocket, right? There's a lot of things to be accounted for when you're performing magic, and picking routines that you don't necessarily have to reset, like a routine like this, it just sort of cycles itself and you're ready to go again. And that's if you're working a lot of repetition in a venue, it's a powerful thing to have that on your side. There's no doubt about
sure
that.
Is.
Yeah. Very good routine.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that it was all coins, but believe it or not, Gallo does other magic. And I think do we have one more show where we're going to look at him, or are we done? Was that all of Gallo?
That's really the best of Gallo. I recommend that people go back and watch, the one that we did just a couple sessions back. He did that ball and vase, and then there was that balls routine, where the balls were going across the famous 3-ball routine, but it was Mike Gallo's beautiful construction on it. So you're getting, the real Gallo touch on that, as it were. So I recommend you go look at that one. I think it was the first session that we did looking at Gallo's magic in this recent Afternoon Astonishment run. But it's really good stuff. I mean, and it's all good. I mean, I'm a super fan. It was really kind of a blessing for me, for all of us to be able to hang out with this guy and be able to sit at his feet and have him share his wisdom. It's really, really, really something else. He's one of the greats, and I consider myself fortunate for being able to get what I could from the guy. And, I consider myself friendly with him, and I love Mike Gallo. He's a wonderful dude, and again, wonderful magic. So well worth your study. another reason to hang out at Conjuror Community,
Yeah.
Well said, sir. Mike Stevens, thanks for being here. Steve Barcelona, thanks for being here. Alex Slimmers, thanks for being here. I'm Adam Grace. Do us a favor, guys, hit the follow or subscribe button, and that lets YouTube know the algorithm and all that, that we should be worthy of your view. And do us also one more favor and join the club. We'd love to have you at Conjuror Community. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.